Hello learners and listeners, welcome to this session. Today's session we are going to discuss about the field-based research project or internship. Many of you have sent so many mails and you have raised many doubts regarding the field-based research project or internship. As you aware, the master's program in gender and development studies, they have two courses related to field-based research project and internship. Both the courses are compulsory. In the first year, you need to complete field-based research project or internship 1. The second year, also you need to complete field-based research project or internship 2. We have made these two courses as a compulsory courses as part of the master's program in gender and development studies to encourage the learners to explore the concepts of field-based research project or internship, to contribute policy formulations, and they can also looking at the implementation process. Certainly when you go to the field, there are various government programs and policies. This entire program, gender and development studies, we start with introducing the concepts related to gender and development and gender and after introducing the concepts, we talk about the process, implementations, and we discuss and we critically analyze the various various policies and programs, not only at the international level, national level and subnational level and local level. So it is important for make our learners to critically look into the various policies and programs. For that, certainly they need to visit the field and they need to look into the implementation process. That is the first thing. Second one is that important objectives of including this course, these two courses, to bring a gender perspective at various levels and analyze the government policies from a gender perspective. That is these first two objective is related to field-based research project. When you look at the third objective, that is related to internship. The internship is most of the learners, if you prefer to do the internship, the institutions and organizations where you are part of the that particular institutions and organizations, certainly they will benefit from the intern learners, specifically MA-JD learners, to incorporate gender perspective at various levels in their own organization. So entire organization became gender sensitive if they take our MA-JD learners as an intern. These are the major objectives. These are the three major objectives we have included MGSP 1 and 2 as part of the master's program in gender and development studies. Specifically, when you talk about these course objectives, and this session certainly it provides the overview of the significance of doing internship and field-based research project, and list the objectives of undertaking the internship or field-based research project, and how to prepare for planning and carrying out the internship or field-based research project. Based on these three objectives, I have prepared this session. Let us start with next three objective is to describe the various stages of internship or field-based research project and how to identify the sources of help to overcome problems if you face any issues during your internship period or field-based research period, and how to submit and what is the evaluation methodology of the research project. Based on these objectives, I have prepared this session. You all know the course code of this field-based research project or internship is that MGSP 001 and MGSP 002. These two courses certainly will help you to understand gender and development studies in general, and it will provide an opportunity to specialize particularly these courses when our learners, specifically MA-JD learners, when they carry out internship or field-based research in the first years, they could able to relate the courses MGS 001, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 courses, compulsory courses in the first year. When you talk about MGS 001, as I have already mentioned, in that MGS 001, the block 1 talk about the concepts. The second block approaches to gender and development, like development discourses. After reading the development discourses and various theories related to development, and BID, WAD, GAD, and third is strategies of GAD, and gender mainstreaming, and gender and market economy. We are all in the market economy. So you could be able to, when you do the field-based research project or internship, you could be able to relate, like last block is about gender, work and health. All these blocks you could relate when you do the field-based research project or internship. Like that, MGS 1, 2, 3 is about the gender analysis. Certainly, if someone wants to use gender analysis as a significant methodology to collect the data to do your field-based research project, certainly MGS 003 will help you. With regard to like an MGSP 001, with regard to MGSP 002, you could focus on elective courses with their in-depth analysis. First year courses, it will clearly make you to learn about the concepts, process and strategies, as well as gender analysis and gender sensitive planning and policy making. And in the first year itself, we have introduced research methodologies in gender and development studies. After completing the first year and after completing the MGSP 001, when you move further for the second year, there are 10 elective courses. So first year we have introduced overall the discipline of gender and development studies. After completing the first year, we have given specialized courses for the second year. After 10 courses in the second year, you can choose the 8 courses based on their interest. In the whatever the courses you have selected, you could be able to choose the topic to do the field-based research project or internship too. These courses, as you already aware, it's about the gender planning and policy making, gender auditing and gender budgeting, gender mainstreaming, gender issues in agriculture, rural livelihoods and natural resource management. Next one is gender resources and entitlements, gender organization and leadership, gender issues in work, employment and productivity, gender and entrepreneurship development, gender training and empowerment, and gender and financial inclusion. These are the 10 courses. Based on your interest, you could be able to, you are free to choose any 8 courses. You could be able to choose the topic to do your field-based research project based on your interest, as well as you can also choose the topic from these second year courses. I hope you got a clarity how to choose the topic. After completing the first year courses, you can able to specialize in a particular area. As I have already mentioned, the second year courses will provide learners with a specialization in a particular area. So based on your interest, you can choose the course and you can specialize it. For example, if you don't want to do field-based research project, if you want to do the internship, then you can identify the organization or institution working in your interest area and you can try to enroll as an intern in that particular organization. With regard to research methodologies, that is the first year course in the last course, the MGS 005, it will helpful to remember what you have already learnt in the course. When you prepare the proposal to do the field-based research project, that is the thing. For example, that I have explained about how to choose the topic for the field-based research project. For example, if you want to select the organization for internship, the learners can choose their organization to do their internship by intimating to the program coordinators. I have given myself, Dr. G. Uma, I am the one of the program coordinator. With me, Professor Savita Singh, she is the another program coordinator. Our school is located in the headquarters of the IGNOU. If you want, you can communicate to us through the mail. And once you have chosen the organization, specifically you must understand that whatever the organization you choose, they should be active in the work of the gender and development, or they must attempt to active in the gender and development area, or they should be receptive to teach and develop gender sensitive organization culture. That you must be very particular about choosing the organization. Now let me explain about how to prepare the internship proposal. First of all, you need to write your organization name. Whatever the organization you have chosen, you have to clear about the organization with the address, name of the head of the organization, and name of the person designated as an internship counselor. You may be, once you have chosen the organization, you might be work under some individual, so you have to write the name of the designated person as a counselor to complete your internship, and objective of the organization, and organization's registration number, year of registration, and what is their nature of work with women and girls, or are related to gender and development studies. These are the whatever I have mentioned, you have to clearly mention in your internship proposal. Once you complete the internship proposal, you need to send it to us, to my mail ID guma@ignou.ac.in, as well as Professor Savita Singh's mail ID, savitasingh@ignou.ac.in. We have given both our mail ID and all the details related to field-based research project or internship in the manual. Like you might have already received the manual. Kindly go through the manual to get a clarity. After reading that manual, if you need any clarifications regarding the field-based research project or internship, you are welcome to write to us. And time frame to do the internship. If you have chosen internship as an option, it is 4 credit. As per IGNOU norms, 1 credit is equal to 30 study hours, including counseling, reading material, and writing reports. So at least the learners, they should spend 120 hours for completing your internship in an organization or institute, including working in an organization, meeting a counselor to clarify doubts, and writing an internship report. For example, if the learners spend 4 hours in an organization or institute, they must undertake the internship for at least 25 days, which comes to 100 hours. The rest of the 20 hours, as a learner, you can utilize to referring the secondary material, meeting the counselor, and writing the report and completing the report. Unlike assignment, you can type your internship or field-based research report. And how to organize the internship report? It should be around 4,000 to 5,000 words. The cover page, that cover page name, your name should be there, enrollment number, name of the regional center, name of the study center, name of the internship counselor, and certificate of bona fide work. Next one is certificate of satisfactory completion of internship. You have to, this is the introductory page. After this, you need to introduce, then organizational profile, organization gender policy, or how they are very gender sensitive, aspect learned and analyzed, organizational projects and programs, formulation and implementation, integration of gender components in organizational project and programs, conclusion, recommendations, and summary. This is related to internship. Now let us talk about the field-based research project. The objective of the field-based research project is to provide you an opportunity to utilize the knowledge gained in the courses of MAGD, and same knowledge, whatever knowledge you have gained in studying, in learning master's program in gender and development studies, so that knowledge you can apply to gain a research skill. Once you gain your research skill during your master's program, that will certainly help you if you want to pursue further studies or further research. You could use social science research methodologies and methods in the world of work while pursuing research degree in the social sciences and gender and development studies. So specifically, it's a 2 objectives. We have included field-based research project. One is that you could be able to utilize the knowledge you have gained in the process of doing your master's program. Second one is that whatever knowledge you have gained, you have either applied social science methodologies or specifically feminist methodologies when you do further studies. When you read the course MGS 005, that course will certainly facilitate you to conduct the field-based research project. The subject knowledge can be applied to field-based research project to examine the policies of government and organization, both public and private, from the perspectives of formulation to implementation. For one small example I have given you, like from a feminist research methodology perspective, like for example, you can take health issues, or like for example, gender and the process of economic development. We are all in the market economy. When you look at how the market operates, and when you talk about the market, certainly one research, for an example, I could able to give you one research you can do is that the existing data clearly points out the women's labor force participation is low compared to male members in the society. So you can go out, visit the market, and you find out, and you can find out the reasons for primary data you could able to collect, and the reasons for the low women's labor force participation in the field. Second one is that another important thing is that by using the secondary data, you can write a proposal. After writing the proposal based on the secondary data, you could able to go to the field and you can generate many case studies, or you can collect relevant primary data and you can complete the research project. So you could thoroughly study the relevant theoretical foundations, appropriate methods and techniques for conducting field-based research to generate your own data. That's what I told you. When you talk about the data, like there are women's labor force participation, gender-based violence, low participation of women in economic activities, and 60 to 65% of women working in the field of agriculture, but they have not recognized as a farmers. Like education, if you take it, there is a reasons for dropout rate and low enrollment in higher educations. There are various topics related to specifically related to master's program in gender and development studies. So you could able to, once you complete the theory, and certainly this master's program in gender and development studies will provide you theoretical foundations, as well as it will give you appropriate methods and techniques. Once you learn that, you can choose the topic, you can conduct the research in the field. In this entire process, you may encounter various constraints. Whenever you face any constraints, you may contact your own counselor, or you can write to us. We are ready to facilitate you to solve your any constraints. That is the another thing. Second one is that once you overcome these constraints, you have to present the results of your research about 4,000 to 5,000 words. And finally, when you talk about the conclusion, you need to talk about you have to relate your objectives with your field data, and you have to conclude it. And time frame for field-based research project. Field-based research project 1 and field-based research project 2 also, it's a 4 credits worth course. So as I have already mentioned, IGNOU, 1 credit is 30 study hours as per IGNOU norm, including counseling, reading material and writing report. So at least the learners, they have to spend 120 study hours for each field-based research project. That is the first norm. Second one is that they themselves can develop a time frame for by consulting the project counselors. How to go about it? So like they need to prepare a research proposal, they have to do the review of literature. That is the one thing. Once they complete the research proposal, they have to send it to the program coordinators and they will get an approval through mail. After getting an approval, sometimes program coordinators, they make certain suggestions to improve the research proposal. Whatever the suggestions given by the program coordinators, you need to incorporate those suggestions. After incorporating that, you can start your actual research work. So this 120 hours for each field-based research project includes developing research proposals, discussing your research proposal with research counselors, sending your research proposal to the program coordinators, getting the suggestions from the program coordinators, incorporating those suggestions in your research proposal, finalizing the research proposal, reviewing the literature. Maybe you need to visit local library to review literature. Then collection of primary and secondary data, data analysis, data interpretation, writing the research report. These are the activities you need to carry out to complete your field-based research project. When you talk about the research project proposals, once you have identified the area of interest and topic or theme, the research proposal can be prepared. The research proposal should be organized in this way. One is the title of the research project. Many of you have already wrote to us that how to prepare a research proposal. So first one is that you need to write the title of the research project, introduction to the theme or a topic, that is the introduction. Second one is the research question, purpose and objectives of the research, appropriate research technique and tools and time frame. Like before you sending your research proposal to the program coordinators, actually you can discuss your research proposal with your project counselor and finalize the research proposal, and you can also find out the feasibility of your proposal, whether you could able to carry out that particular research proposal within that particular time frame. That only you have 120 study hours. Within that 120 study hours you have to complete, and you have to write your final report and you need to upload on the IGNOU website. So if there is any modification at this stage, you have to complete that modification during the proposal stage itself, but you should not keep changing your research proposal because it is the waste of energy and resources. Then finally you need to complete the research work and you need to upload in the IGNOU website. Now let us talk about the how to work on the research project. First of all, you have to contextualize your general observations. Based on your general observations, based on your theoretical foundations, you need to choose the topic and you need to finalize your objectives of the research project. Once you finalize the research proposal, you have to do the data collection. And data collection, you can choose the interview schedule or questionnaire, and you can design your methodology, and you can choose the methods of data collection, and you can go to the field and you can try to pre-test it and you can finalize it. And you need to identify the samples. So who are all the key actors, informants, participants in that in the social network. You have to collect the data from the chosen samples. Once you complete the collection of data, you need to analyze the data and you need to draw the conclusions. Once you draw the conclusions in any research, but for example, if you choose the topic, you can do the research, but whatever the research you do, that is not end in itself. Someone can start the research where you have left it. So you can provide certain suggestions to do the further research. After working on your research project, after completing the research project, you can really complete your research report. So that is the writing of your research report. In that writing of the research report, you have to you have to select the format. You can type the your research report. That research report and the data also, there are various data available, the government policies and programs, maps, visual materials and census data, socio-economic survey, socio-cultural survey. There are already existing various data available. You can use the data. Once you complete that research project, you have to write your research project. In the, like as I already mentioned, you have to clearly mention the course title, name, your enrollment number, which regional center you belong to, and year of submission, as well as you have to explain about your research in 100 words, and you can give the acknowledgement. If there is any table of content that you can include. The body of research project includes the introduction, review of literature, methodology, data collection, data interpretation and conclusions. Once you complete the research project, either field-based research project or internship, we don't accept the hard copies. Every semester, the university will create the link to upload your research project. When you go through the IGNOU website, the link will be available for every semester. After completing the research project, you can upload your final report, either research report or internship report, through the link available on our website. Hope you have got a clarity in doing the field-based research project or internship. If you have any further queries, we are very glad to receive your mail. Please write to us. We can provide further clarifications. Thank you so much for listening this session. Thank you.